Hello class. Today's lesson will be going over primary and secondary sources, specifically addressing what they are, why they are important, and when we would use them. So to start off, what are primary and secondary sources? Primary sources provide raw information and first-hand evidence. A primary source gives you direct access to the subject of your research, while secondary sources provide secondhand information and commentary from other researchers. A secondary source also describes, evaluates, interprets, or synthesizes primary sources. In other words, primary sources are more credible as evidence, but good research uses both primary and secondary sources. So specifically, what are primary sources? A primary source is anything that gives you direct evidence about the people, events, or phenomena that you happen to be researching. Primary sources will usually be the main objects of your analysis. So since this is a history class, we will be researching the past, and because we cannot directly access it ourselves, we will be needing primary sources that were produced at the time by participants or witnesses. So that would be anything ranging from documents, artworks, artifacts, letters, manuscripts, diaries, journals, newspapers, maps, speeches, interview transcripts, photographs, images, audio recordings, or digital items. So, like for example, if we were discussing colonial America, I could use my copy of the Declaration of Independence. That is a document that was made at that time, so that by people who were actually there. So that is a good example of a primary source. I don't know how well it's showing up on the video though. Moving on from primary sources is secondary sources. So what are secondary sources? A secondary source is anything that describes, interprets, or evaluates or analyzes information from a primary source. Common examples would include books, articles, documentaries that synthesize information on a topic. It could also be a synopsis and description of a work. Encyclopedias and textbooks are also secondary sources, or just reviews or essays that evaluate or interpret a primary source. That would also be an accessible secondary source to use. And something important to remember for when we use secondary sources in this class is that when we cite a secondary source, it is not usually to analyze it directly. Instead, we will be using it more often to be testing its arguments against new evidence, or analyzing its ideas in order to help us formulate our own. Next, how to tell if something is a primary or secondary source. To determine if something could be used as a primary or secondary source, there are some simple questions you can ask yourself. Like one, does this source come from someone directly involved in the events I'm studying? That would make it primary. Or is this from another researcher? That would make it secondary. Another question you can ask yourself is, am I interested in analyzing the source itself? That would make it a primary source. But if I'm just using it for background information or to help prove a point, that would be secondary sources. And the third question I have for you to ask yourself is, does the source provide original information? That would be a primary source. Or does it actually comment upon information from other sources? If so, that would make it a secondary source. Next is, what do you use primary sources for? Primary sources are the foundation of original research, which would allow you to, 1, make new discoveries, 2, provide credible evidence for your argument, and 3, give authoritative information about your topic. Something really important to remember is that if you do not use any primary sources, your research might be considered unoriginal or unreliable. This is referring to plagiarism, which is something we really need to avoid. Next, we'll talk about what do you use secondary sources for. Secondary sources are good for gaining a full overview or summary of your topic and understanding how other researchers have approached it and what information they have found. They often synthesize or summarize a large number of primary sources that would be difficult and time-consuming to gather by yourself. Using secondary sources also allows you to 1. Gain background information on the topic, 2. Support or contrast your arguments with other researchers' ideas, and 3. Gather information from primary sources that you can't access directly, like private letters or physical documents. Now that we know what primary sources are, what secondary sources are, how to tell them apart, and when we would use them, the next step would be to show you how to cite them correctly and how to annotate them. But we will save that for our next meeting. So that wraps it up for today. Good job, everybody.